devotees for today's Bhagavath Katha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Veda Swamiti Namini. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Veda Swamiti Namini. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell the Hare Krishna mantra loudly, please, 2 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I express all my gratitude and also express all my praises to him for having given all of us a golden opportunity to go back to Godhead. All goes to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devotional services to Srimati Radharani and Lord Gopinath. Please tell loudly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. We are in the Bhagavath Katha, Canto 1, Chapter 8, and we are continuing from verse 26 onwards. This is Bhagavatam is in 12 cantos. Krishna's pastime during Dwapara Yuga. You can understand English easily. It's not. Need I to tell in Telugu? Okay. So his pastimes have detailedly mentioned in Hare Krishna. Now curtains will open for darshan. You can sit and continue the Bhagavad Katha. So only the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam tells about the details of Krishna Avatara during Dwapara Yuga. But whereas from the right from 1st canto to 9th canto, it is about various incarnations of Krishna. It is not, generally people know only Dashavatara, but it is not Dashavatara. There are many thousands of avataras. Again in Vyasa Bhagwan, Hare Krishna, Vyasa Bhagwan, the compiler of this Bhagavatam, he himself has instructed that he has not given all the details of all incarnations, but otherwise many of them have been told. Like Narada's incarnation, Narayana Rishis, Vedavas Bhagwan. During Dwapara Yuga itself there was 5 avatars. That is, Arjuna himself is Nara, he is one of the incarnations of Krishna. Krishna himself is the Krishna's incarnation. Krishna's son is Pradyumna is also his incarnation. Krishna's grandson also is incarnation, Aniruddha. And Vedavas Bhagwan, who has compiled the Mahabharata epic and this Bhagavatam, he is also incarnation of Krishna himself. So all those things come in, Krishna's details will come in 10th canto. But whereas here, all the other incarnations, many of them have been told. So here presently in this chapter 8, it is Kunti, who is a devotee, as well as she is the auntie of Krishna Paramatma. The relationship is, she is the own sister of Vasudeva, father of Krishna, during Dwapara Yuga. She was the daughter of Surasena, but she was, because earlier Surasena made promise to his friend Kunti Bhoja that whatever child he is going to have first, he will give as in adoption to Kunti Bhoja, because he did not have any children, and then he wanted to have children, but it was not possible. So like that. When Kunti was born, till 5 years, she stayed with Surasena only. But at that time when Kunti Bhoja came to him, then Surasena said, "Oh friend, as I promised you, I am giving you this child." He gave away Kunti, like that. So Kunti suffered right from the age of 5 years when she was a small child. Because no child will like to go away to somebody's house and accept somebody as mother and father. But here Kunti was four. Her name was Pruta, otherwise the initial given name was Pruta. But after Kunti Bhoja adopted her, she became as Kunti Devi. So she is also known as Pruta also. Now in this verse, she is telling Krishna after the entire Kurukshetra is over and when Krishna is prepared to go back to Dwaraka, because he will never come back to Hastinapura during his incarnation time after that. So when he wants to go away, at that time she follows Krishna and pleads before her. So I shall tell this verse very slowly, 3 times. Please repeat along with me loudly. Thereafter I shall do the narration. Janmaishwarya. Please tell loudly. Mataji, please tell loudly. Janmaishwarya. Shuta Sribihi. Yeda Mana. Mada. Kuman. Naivarhati. Abhidatum. Vai. Tvam. Akinchana. Gocharam. Janmaishwarya. Shuta Sribihi. Yeda Mana. Madapuman. Naivarati. Abhidatum. Vai. Tvam. Akinchana Gocharam. Janmaishwara. Sribihi. Shuta Sribihi. Yedamana. Madapuman. Naivarati. Adidatum. Vai. Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Janmaishwara Shuta Sribihi. Yedamana Madapuman. Naivarati. Abhidatum. Vai. Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. The word-to-word meaning of this verse is Janma means birth. Aishwarya is opulence. Shuta, education. Sribihi, by the possession of beauty. Yedamana, progressively increasing. Madaha, intoxication. Kuman, the human being. Na, never. Eva, ever. Arhati, deserves. Abhidatum, to address in feeling. Why, certainly. Tvam, you. Akinchana Gocharam, one who is approached easily by the materially exhausted man. Kunti is telling to the Krishna, she is telling, oh my Lord. Though she is the auntie of Krishna at that time, she is addressing him as my, she knows that he is the Supreme Lord. That's the reason she is addressing him, oh my Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached. Paramatma can be easily approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. But we, human beings, we are all attached to the material desires. Because in nature we have 3 gunas, Sattviya guna, Tamasa, Rajasa guna and Tamasa guna. Because those gunas, we are attracted to nature and today we might earn a lakh of rupees. That is not, we are not satisfied. Oh, we think a little more I need because everything has become costly. So we want something more. Tomorrow our desire will be more. After some time we want to have a very big building or a big car or some good women to get married. Young people are there, not for us like we are already old. So for young people they want some beautiful women for getting married. So much desire. Until unless all these are exhausted, we will not follow the God at all. For us we have taken many lakhs of births earlier, not 1 or 2, many lakhs. Not as human beings, but as animals, birds and so on. So presently God has given us out of sympathy, kindness, this human form with intelligence. That intelligence we should use it for the purpose of the devotion of Krishna. Again, it is not that you have to renunciate, remove all these normal clothes, wear a saffron clothes, become a sannyasi. I am not saying that. You have to renounce the results of desires. Even desires also you can have. You can have thousands of desires. But you should have renunciate its results, whether it is good, whether it is positive or negative. You need to take it to your heart. Whatever happens, it happens for our good. Hare Krishna. So, let us progress, trying to improve the respective parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with any sincere feeling. We must be having lot of PhDs or IAS, IPS, medical specialization, all those degrees, but that is not at all an education. They are only literacy in different fields for living in this world, in Kali Yuga, to fulfill our materialistic desires. But a person is called intelligent and he is fully educated when he is having spiritual knowledge. When he is having spiritual knowledge along with others, okay, it's not, I don't say you should not have those things. Even those things are required for living. Nothing comes free. In supermarkets, in the malls, they say buy two get one free, but never comes free. They are fooling us. They take the cost of the third one also. They take the cost of the third one, they give us as a free, but it never comes free. So when nothing comes free, you have to earn for your life, not only for your life, whoever are depending upon you, whether your parents are depending or your children are there, wife is there, you need to do. So for that purpose, until unless we are spiritually educated, we are incomplete. And you can also do other activities, but leave the results of those desires. Whatever work you are doing, you say, oh Krishna, I am doing the service at your lotus feet. Because He has created all the universes and He has given us the knowledge. That knowledge has been put in a proper way. Somebody should, as a doctor, they should help who are suffering with diseases. Somebody should help like engineers, either in the computers or in making the very fast moving vehicles for the purpose of using by other living beings. But like that, so many bridges has to be considered, rivers for moving, so many things. It's against the process of creation only. God has created us with this knowledge to do all those things. But we think that we are doing something great, we will be proud of it. We should never feel proud. Whatever we are doing is only because of His mercy. His blessing only we are doing, otherwise we are not doing. So you should do everything saying, oh Krishna, I am doing this as a service to you. And you should be honest in your life, that is dharma, and you should be helping others. You should not harm any creatures, not only human beings, any creatures. Because all the 84 lakhs different living beings, right from ant to Chaturmukha Brahma, they are all living beings created by the Krishna Paramatma, and in every one of us, Krishna is there Antaryami. Whether you like as a Rama, Narsingha, Tirupati Srinivasa, or Krishna himself, whatever it is, he is having thousands of fingers. Whatever it is, he is there as Antaryami. He is there Antaryami, so you should not harm anyone. You should not harm anyone. Even if you try to kill somebody, you are not killing the Atma. Soul cannot be cut. Soul cannot be burnt. Soul cannot be drowned in water. Soul cannot be blown away by Vayudeva. It cannot, nothing will happen to the soul. And soul is the size, tip of hair cut into 10,000 parts. That one part is a soul. Because the soul is there, all these activities we are doing and we feel proud, oh, I am doing this one. But once a soul goes away from our body, this body is just like putting something in the garbage. If while cutting this thing, some insects or something is there, or some dog has died, what we do, we don't do cremation, burying on all those things for those animals. Just throw it away in a dustbin, garbage. But since we have intelligence, people, they perform either cremation or bury in the burial ground, like that happens. But otherwise, our body is waste. It's something like we are wearing clothes to protect this body. Clothes we are wearing to protect this body. Similarly, this body is the protection for the Atma. Once this body becomes unfit by way of disease or handicap through accident or something, or old age weakness, when it becomes unfit, that soul leaves this body, goes to different body, takes immediately, next second. Once it comes out, again the soul will not go alone. Soul will go along with mind, 5 sensory organs, ego and intelligence. These 8 things will accompany in the form, and that body will be like a capsule will be containing many different medicines in it. Similarly, that other body which the soul takes along with these these things will be like in the form, capsule form for our understanding I am telling, and that this thing also we can't see. And that mind, it has a record of these computers. I do not know anybody who knows the capacity of the computers, servers, maybe a lakh or 2 lakh GB or not GB, gigabytes. Megabytes nowadays, not is in gigabytes. So mind is not having this one, it's having record of all our earlier births. All our births, including punya and papa, what we have done, what is already exhausted, what is in store, everything is there in the soul. And we remember all these things, they are in the womb of our mother, right from the 5 months period till the delivery. Once we are delivered, we are attracted by this nature, we forget everything. So, being materially advanced means taking birth is an aristocratic family, possessing great wealth and education and attractive personal beauty. So, when you have the practice of reading all the scriptures, Bhagavath Katha, Bhagavatam, when you understand all these things, either we get liberation or at least again in next life also we might get human life only, depending upon the deeds what you have done. At that time, it's not that we will be starting from the again from ABCD of the scriptures. Wherever we have stopped in the present life, suppose I am doing this Bhagavatam now, first canto. Something might go wrong and I might leave this world today itself. In the next birth, because I am all doing these good things, God may give me human birth and I need not start from the beginning. I might start from here itself. Like that. But if we have done papa and we have suffered for that one, either taking another animal life, animal birth, or if you have committed some good deeds, you might go to other Uttama Lokas like Indraloka, Chandaloka and all those things. You don't need any satellites or anything. Today people, the scientists, they are making a lot of rockets, satellites, everything, each costing some hundreds of crores, not 1 or 2 this thing. Last time what Chandrama sent, it was 708 crores. They spent and the life of this satellite was only for 18 days. They became dead. Again they want to send another one. Like that is going on, they are spending. So, but for every individual, not only human beings, every individual, every living being, that Atma first goes to the Chandra movement, Chandra planet. There, based on its deeds of good or bad, it takes different body. There it takes different body. It will go to either Uttama Loka or Adama Loka, you can't say. It all depends upon the deeds. So here materially advanced means now I am doing all these things. What God will be doing while giving the next birth, He will see that I am born in a very rich, wealthy person's house who is having all good culture. There is no deficiency for my food, shelter or clothing, and for my education in the childhood days. Like that I will be beginning a good life. Again at that time, by the use of this present punya, if I continue from it is good. Otherwise, if I am attracted to this thing, even that can happen. After doing all good things, I might be born in a good aristocrat family. But after taking birth also, if I am attracted by the nature and take wrong things, again it becomes a wrong thing. So here what Kuthi is saying is, oh Lord, if people, they do the good deeds, they will take birth in the aristocratic family and possess great wealth and education, attractive body. All materialistic men are mad after pursuing all these material offences. We will never say this is sufficient. If today we have 10 lakhs, no, I say I need another crore. After getting close, we are seeing so many political leaders, so many big bureaucrats, everybody, they have hundreds and thousands of crores. In different names, they are misusing it. So they will never have any satisfaction at all in the life. All materialistic men are mad after pursuing all these material appliances, and this is known as the advancement of material civilization. But the result is that possessing of all these material sets once becomes artificially puffed up. The intoxicated by such temporary questions, once they understand this only, whether suffering or happiness, both are temporary. Nothing is permanent in this world. So, because our life itself is not permanent. So, similarly, when everything becomes puffed up and will feel that it is only temporary, then consequently such materialistic puffed persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of Lord by addressing him feelingly. O Govinda, O Krishna. See, this Draupadi, when she was supposed to be stripped by Dushasana, she was supposed to be stripped and make naked. At that time, she only screamed Govinda, Govinda, the Krishna Paramatma, who is there as Antaryami in everyone. He himself appeared in her body itself and granted the inexhaustible quantity of clothing to Draupadi. So, a person who is free from all materialistic desires, he will only be able to call Krishna as Govinda, Govinda or O Krishna. It is said in the Shastra that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. We cannot try to exhaust our punya, whatever we have attained. Only we can get rid of all the sins, whatever sins we have accumulated. They can be removed only by the Supreme God, by just uttering taking his name Govinda, Govinda, Krishna and surrendering to with full faith. 100% faith should be there in him. It is said in the Shastra that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of quantity of sins and that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of Lord. There is not at least exaggeration in this statement. Practically it is there, practically it happened. I have owned my personal experience that I have already told many times. But there is a quality of to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name on the Lord. Whereas a man who utters the same holy name in a great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A person who is having desires, even he might utter the name of God. But it is different. A person who is completely surrendered and who utters the name is different. There is a difference between the affection who is having desire and a person who is totally surrendered. A material person puffed up with person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, whenever he is in need of something, or if he is suffering from something, to get rid of that suffering or to achieve something, he would utter the names of the God. Otherwise, he would never remember God at all. But he is incapable of uttering the name in quality. Therefore, the four principles of material advancement, namely high parentage, that means be born in a cultured family, who are wealthy in all ways, where we can have easily access to the food, shelter, or education, clothing, etc. And second is he should have a good wealth. So that he will not be just living for the purpose of earning the wealth. Since he is already having wealth, he should be satisfied and should be able to remember God oftenly, very oftenly, frequently. Third one is high education. Again here, high education, it is okay in this present Kali Yuga time. You may have many other qualifications. Here, high education means it is in the spiritual knowledge. In advance through the Bhagavath Katha, through Mahabharata, Srimad Ramayana and all those things. And we should be attractive. Attractive is not by our own form. We should be by taking the God's name, remembering Him, we should become beauty and we should be attracted while doing our activities. Or so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. The metal covering of the pure spirit, soul. Spirit soul is an external feature. This body is only for external feature. You need not worry about this external feature at all. You should be advanced spiritually. sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. This is no discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverished is a good sign, as much as falling of temperature is a good sign. The principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication. Every day you try to reduce your desires, results of the desires. And desire itself you can reduce. You should have only limited food. You should not, still generally what we do when something is very tasty, we take, now instead of 100% we take 200%, overeat and indigestion take place, vomiting happens, all those loose motions happen, so many sufferings will be there. So we should take limited food. Our body should be there only with 60% of solid foods, solid and semi-solid foods. 20% should be liquid and in the form of water, buttermilk, milk, like that, juices, fruit juice, something like 20%, and remaining 20% should be vacant. But otherwise, by relishing the taste, we take more than that. So, when you maintain those things, not only that percentage of food, even it should be satvika ahara. You should only, actually we are all human beings are only supposed to take only vegetarian food. Because we can grow, God has given us the creation power to create agriculture, to develop agriculture. We are making so many new hybrids, we are developing new vegetables. Like that, since we can create them, we can have. Whereas non-vegetarians, presently the poultry farm eggs, they don't produce chickens. Again, it's a waste material what women discharge during 4 days or 5 days in a month, menstrual period. That is the egg. So we should not consume that one, and we should not kill any animal because Antaratma is there. So we should not kill him. We are not killing him, we are killing the body and eating. Again, all those animals eat rubbish outside. They never eat clean food as we try to eat. We try to eat, we are not eating clean food. We are also taking so many outside food, prohibited food. On the other hand, the principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to be more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Our aim of life, what you have thousands of aims, but our ultimate aim should be going back to Godhead. Ultimate that goal we need to achieve. For that is salvation. Ultimate goal is salvation, liberation. For that one you have to make lot of efforts. Even to become a doctor, you have to make lot of effort. Whether engineer, whatever it is, for all professional degrees you have to make lot of effort. Similarly, here to achieve salvation, it is not just there at least in that education, it's only 12 or 18 years. Whereas for achieving moksha, it is throughout the life. Throughout the life, it is only remember the God and do all your actions in favor of the God, for the purpose of the God. Pandavas have done all their activities for the purpose of God only. When in the Uttara Gograna, Arjuna, he was alone. When same Uttara Kumara was running away, being afraid of to fight, Arjuna made him as a chariot. He fought with the same Kauravas. Why he has done is because he wanted to save the cows of his boss, Virata Maharaja. He was working with Virata Maharaja to save the cows of his. That one he has fought. He never fought for himself. Whereas here in Kurukshetra war, he is fighting for his own kingdom. For getting his own kingdom, he is fighting. So he thought he is going to kill so many people, it is a sin. But Krishna said, no, you are a Kshatriya, you are not killing for your kingdom purpose. You are killing them for establishing dharma. That is your right. You need to do that one. So when Krishna insisted, Arjuna has fought. So like that, Arjuna, not only Arjuna, all the Pandavas, Draupadi, Kunti, all Abhimanyu, everybody, they have done their actions only in the interest of Krishna, for the purpose of Krishna to establish the dharma. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God. See, like this, grossly into this Ravana, Kumbhakarna, though they had knowledge that Rama was supreme, they had knowledge because they are the Jaya Vijaya in the earlier this thing. They were the Dwarpalakas. Because of the curse they have taken the demon this thing, and during their demon birth they did not have that memory power, but they have read the Vedas and everything, being born in a Brahmin family. Because of their following the Rakshasa qualities, they became Rakshasa. So again, his own brother Vishana, he was a very good person. He was a devotee of Rama. Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlada, he was a devotee. His son Virochana was a devotee. Again, his son Balichakravarti are devotee. All are Rakshasas only, demons. But still, they are all devotees. So, who are don't have any knowledge, they are not eligible to enter the kingdom of God. Here Kunti is saying, expressing her obeisances unto you, who are the property of the material impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. For every action there is a reaction. For every action there is a reaction. So, and for that reaction there is a product also. There is also a product. Action, reaction, there is a product. So that product will be based on the quality of work you have done. Reaction also will be based on your quality of work you have done. So this nature has nothing to do with these actions and reactions. It's only the living beings. Only living beings who are doing, they have that too. Again, animals, they don't have any papa or punya. Whatever papa they have done, they are suffering in their life. But whereas we human beings, we are only doing the papa and punya. We are only doing the papa and punya, and we know because God has given us intelligence, we identify them. But still we follow only the things by which we achieved sin, not the good deeds. You are self-satisfied. Krishna is self-satisfied. Kunti is telling him, oh Krishna, you are self-satisfied. He is never greedy about anything. And whatever he is doing, it is only for the purpose of the well-being of all living beings. And therefore you are the most gentle and the master of fondness. A living being is finished as soon as there is nothing to possess. Living being, once we lose everything, we are finished. We commit suicide. We commit suicide or we try to end our life in a different way. Therefore, a living being cannot be in the real sense of term, a renouncer. After everything is lost, now I don't have anything, I have renunciated everything, he cannot say that one. Still something is there in the mind. From the mind, he should renunciate everything. Then only he can say that he is the renouncer. A living being renounces something for gaining something more valuable. So, a student sacrifices his childish productivities to gain better education. In the child, as a child, they will be only playing. They will play all types of play they do. Once they are joined in the school, then they say, no, I should be first in the class. Then again they want a double promotion. Like that they want to qualify, they want to achieve good thing in education. So a student sacrifices childish productivity to gain better education. A servant gives up his job for a better job. Suppose today some marketing, particularly marketing staff, they do that. Marketing staff, they'll be working for 10,000 or 15,000. If somebody says, I will tell you not lag out, even they say that I will give you 15,500, he will jump there. Again to another place, if he says some 16,000, he will go there. Like that, they will be jumping for better this thing. Again, that is wrong. If you serve at one place, you will be achieving something in life. You should not jump like that. What happens if you 3 or 4 times or 5 times you jump? Afterwards, you will become a failure. You will not have any proper experience at all because you are marketing in various different fields, your expenses are lost. So, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Ramanujadasa Goswami, these are Goswamis, they are the disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They all say, and others gave up their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of service of Lord. They were big men in the world sense, worldly sense. The Goswamis were ministers in the government service of Bengal. At that time, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, at that time the 6 Goswamis were there. These three Goswamis, they were the ministers in the Bengal government at that time, 700 years ago. So, and Srila Raghunatha Goswami was the son of a big Zamindar of that time, a wealthy person. And but they left everything to gain something superior to what they previously possessed. They left everything. Once they surrendered, they got a real knowledge, what they need to do. That was the real wealth. Real wealth is only we need when we follow dharma and understand spiritual knowledge, then only we can understand the real life. But they were left everything to gain something superior to what they previously possessed. The devotees are generally without material prosperity. Whether I have a car or do not have, whether I go by walk or by flight, we don't care for that, like that. They don't care for anything, few devotees. But they have a very secret treasure house in the lotus feet of the Lord. His blessing is there. We should need to have His blessings, His favor. There is a nice story about Srila Sanatana Goswami. He had a touchstone with him. And this touchstone was left in a pile of refuse. Some refuse, garbage is there. That one that was left. So a needy man took it. A person who wanted, he took it. But later one wondered why the valuable stone was kept in such a neglected place. He therefore asked him the most valuable thing, and then he was given the holy name of the Lord. Akinchana means one who has nothing to give materially. In Ramayana period, when Hanuman, after searching Sita Mata, he comes to Rama. Rama says to Hanuman, Hanuman, you brought me a very good news about the Sita. But with me now, I don't possess anything with me. I cannot give you any gift. I can only give you one gift. He will give a very big hug to Hanuman. That itself is, Hanuman is very happy. That was a bigger gift. That means if we have the blessings of the Lord, that itself is a very big gift. It is a never exhausting. If we have some crores of rupees with us today, if we do not adding that one, it will diminish. Every day we spend it will diminish. Whereas blessings of the God, it is inexhaustible. Nobody can take away that one. Not only that, this knowledge, see, when, of course, today all universities, everybody, they are imparting education for the purpose of fees, taking money and doing it. That's when lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees. But in olden days, they never took any fees. In Gurukulas, Brahmins, rishis were Brahmins. They were only taking care of everyone, all the disciples, all the four Varnas were coming. That is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, and Brahmins used to teach accordingly. To the Brahmins, they used to teach Vedas and spiritual knowledge. To Kshatriyas about archery and other things. To Vaishyas about the agriculture and business for the activities. And for Sudras to how to help all the three people. Whether they should be, but they never took any fees. It was everything free, not only free. 12 years shelter free, Gurukula hostel is free. 12 years their clothing was free, food is free, education, everything was free. Presently, it has become a business. Earlier, some only rich people they start. Nowadays, only ministers. Malad University belongs to a minister. There are all many things. They belong to different ministers. They are running. They don't have any education. They are illiterate. Such people are controlling them. So he had a touchstone. It was not necessary. Put it in a garbage. He felt it is a useless thing for him. See, but another person, he took it because it's a valuable thing. He took it. He was given only the Lord name. The Lord name was the most valuable thing. So he therefore asked him for the most valuable thing, and then he was given the holy name of Lord. Akinja means one who has nothing to give materially. A factual devotee or Mahatma does not give anything material to anyone because he has already left all material assets. See, even the spiritual knowledge, not only me, like me, many others also in the temples, other places, particularly in ISKCON, we do preaching freely. We never expect single Naya Paisa coin. Forget about rupees. Single Naya Paisa coin we don't expect. We never take. If at all somebody wants to give, we try put it in India or give it in the founder. We never touch it. There are many fake swamis are also there. They are doing for the purpose of earning money. For that purpose, what they are doing is they are changing the events in the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad. They are changing the events, stories, everything they are changing to attract the people. If they attract the people, they come and sit here, they hear to the everything, they give money, like that it's become a business. That is wrong. For that reason, you need to read bona fide scriptures through bona fide persons. That is what everybody says. My Acharya, G.S. Swami, Chinnajiva Swami is a very bona fide spiritual Acharya. He is doing a good service. Maybe under him, they are doing wrong. How one person can... now, Prime Minister is very good Prime Minister. But under him, so many throughout in country, how can he see each and every individual? He can't. Many people must be doing wrong also. So, like that, even our Acharya is very good. But all around him, maybe different people. So, but Acharya is honest. Similarly, Prabhupada was also very honest. And I have seen, I was fortunate at darshan of Prabhupada. He came to our school. I was a student of Mount College here in the RP Road. He came to our school. He came to our school for giving lecture on Bhagavad Katha for 1 week. At that time, I was in 8th or 9th class. I do not know. Even as that, I attended all the days. I attended his lectures. I had also taken one Bhagavad Gita at that time. I was fortunate to see him. But only thing is, at that time, I must have not took the lectures, what he has told, to the heart, as I am doing now. Maybe not only him, G.S. Swami also, it was fortunately I met him at darshan. He initiated me. I was in his service for 3 years. Like that. Everything is that. I was very lucky in those things. So, they are all sincere. So, whatever you do, you follow the spiritual, absolutely truthful, whatever is faith, you need to follow. Valmiki, Ramayana, Vyasadeva's Mahabharata, Vyasadeva's Bhagavatam, which are original. Original, this thing you need to take, and like that we have to do. See, even Prabhupada, when he renunciated his family, just for a cup of tea or coffee, he left his family and went away. Because he was not taking tea or coffee, anything. His spouse was saying something like that, and other people. When he stopped them taking that one, some difference had come, and he left only with $10. He did not, earlier it was a business family, but he left everything. Maybe his family, brothers, everybody they took care of. But he left everything, he just took $10. He left for US in a ship where his friend was traveling. That ship who was rowing, controlling the ship was his friend. He took him freely, and he had 2 or 3 heart attacks during his 30 days travel to America. With $10, today there are 2,000 temples. Just by taking devotees into confidence, by preaching the actual original Bhagavad Gita, he converted the Americans into real devotees, and all of them, they helped Prabhupada to construct these temples. So like that, that is an asset. A actual devotee or Mahatma does not give anything material to anyone because he has already left all mental assets. He can, however, deliver the supreme asset, namely the personality of Godhead, because he is the only property of actual devotee. Now when I am doing this preaching, I don't get anything, but I am not spending anything. But my knowledge, along with you, even my knowledge is improving. My memory is, memorized. I am getting it memorized. By repeatedly telling every time, now and then, I am remembering God. I am remembering God. Along with you, I am remembering God. That is a profit for me. That is a profit for me. I don't need any money or anything. Remembering God is profit for me. That will help me in my life. He can, however, deliver the supreme asset, namely the personality of Godhead, because he is the only property at a factual devotee. That is what in Kali Yuga, God is in the form of Dvani. I am repeatedly preaching, in that Dvani I am saying Krishna, Rama, so many names. So he is in the form of Dvani. You can imagine Krishna in the Dvani form. The other form is scriptures, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, Puranas, Upapurana, all these are form of God. And Acharupa, Vigraha, it's a deity, not idol. What you find, the statues on the roads is idol. This is installed here with chanting the holy mantras. That the reason it is called as deity. He can listen, he can hear, he can see everything. But he would not talk. He can also talk if he wants, but he would never talk. He will only listen to, and he will also accept your desires. Listen to your desires, and accordingly he will bless us when it is actually required. You want it now, he won't give. At an appropriate time, he would definitely grant that requirement. So like that. So he can, however, deliver the supreme asset, named the personality of Godhead, because he is the only property of actual devotee. The touchstone of Sanatana Goswami, which was thrown in rubbish, was not the property of Goswami. Otherwise, it could not have been kept in such a place. The specific example is given for the neophyte devotee just to convince them that material hankerings and spiritual advancement go ill together. So unless one is able to see everything as spiritual in relation with the Supreme Lord, one must always distinguish between spirit and matter. What is spirit, what is matter? Our soul is spirit. If you say, who are you means, you might tell, I am so and so. I might say, I am Vijay, Ramanujadasa. He might say, I am so and so. He might say, but that name is given, that name is only for this body, not for our spirit. Spirit is different, soul is different, body is different. That you need to understand first. So our soul is eternal. It cannot be cut, it cannot be burnt, it cannot be drowned in water, it cannot be flew away with wind. It is eternal. It is eternal. Only the body is.
The Bhagavad Gita, the story,
Yeah.
the sloka has been written.
Yeah. Only this body is getting birth and death. Again, this body will not take the birth. Once this is born, it will die. It is inevitable. We need not be afraid of this birth and death. Birth, you should be afraid. Then only will achieve the salvation. Death, you should not be afraid. Death is inevitable for all living beings. For all living beings, it is death. Some might die at younger age or old age. That is different. So you should not worry about your death. A spiritual master like Sri Sanatana Goswami, although personally able to see everything as spiritual, set this example for us only because we have no spiritual vision. I think today we are taking a little 10 more minutes time if we have, because today the verse is very big. Otherwise it would have been finished in 45 minutes. So advancement of material vision or material civilization is a great stumbling block for us. Everybody, particularly don't feel otherwise. Ladies, when they go to clothing shop or a jewelry shop, that fellow in the particularly the clothes shop, when he shows the design, they say so this for this saree, this border is fine, but this color is not good. Again, when he shows another one, they say this border is not nice. This body is good. I want this body with this design. Again, they say no. Again, this color should have different shades. Again, on this one some design. They'll be showing some 500 or 600 sarees. They'll be seeing like that. And after finally what they do, okay, this I like it. Please keep it aside. Don't give it to anyone. I'll come back. They will never come back. Like that it happens. Even in jewelry they say, this design is good, but it should have been slightly smaller or bigger. No, this is more, its weight is more. Today gold is 80,000 rupees now. So it is very costly. I want something lesser. Like that they start bargaining. So it is a never ending this thing. And even men also is something. Nowadays hairstyle, everything for both women and men is there. Hairstyle, everything, they are all rubbish. They are all rubbish things. So problems are not solved there. The devotees of the Lord are called Akinchanas because they have practically no material assets. The Supreme Personality of God has no direct connection with the material activities. You might see Krishna in Dwapara Yuga. He was born as a human being. As a child, he made lot of activities like other naughty childs. But it's all only to entertain his parents, other friends, or people. But nothing. He was not interested materialistically. People, they say he had enjoyed gopis. That is wrong. At that time, what was his age? Between 5 and 10 years.
8 years.
5 and 8 years. 5 and 8 years, it was the age. 5 and 8 is the age. At that time, what type of enjoyment you will have the women? And those gopis were of 30 to 40 years, 50 years also. They left their husband and they came there to enjoy with Krishna, dance with him. Everyone wants Krishna to dance with him. So Krishna, what he did? He became so many thousands of Krishna, he danced with all of them. And gopis do not know. They do not know that. They thought Krishna is dancing with him. They felt individually that Krishna is dancing with them. Only Krishna knows that he is dancing with everybody. Like that. So, like that, that was the type of Vishwarupa. Krishna has shown 8 Vishwarupas during his incarnation in Dwapara Yuga. Like that, when Govardhanagiri was lifted, when he married all the 16th of 1 and 8, he was there with everyone. He was there with everyone every second. So, he has no attachment. We have attachment. Krishna does not have any attachment. Also his acts and deeds which were exhibited even in material world or spiritual and without affection for modes of material nature. He is never we are attached to the material things. We are attached, whether it is this iPhone, this bag, I say this is mine, this is mine. We have attachment. Where Krishna does not have any attachment. So the material disease is due to hankering after and lording it over material nature. The hankering is due to the interaction of the 3 modes of nature, and neither the Lord nor the devotees have attachment for such false enjoyment. Therefore the Lord and the devotees are called Nivritta Guna Vritti. They have that one, but only for exhibiting, to do some activities it is there. They don't have any attachment. They wanted to get out of all this nivritti. They want to get out of it, renunciate it. The perfect nivritta guna vritti is the Supreme Lord, because he never becomes attracted by the modes of material nature, whereas the living beings which have a tendency, some of them are entrapped by the illusory attraction of material nature. We are all entrapped in that one. This entire world is like a prison. See, criminals are put into the jail for suffering their whatever crime they have done. So they will be given punishment, they will be trained in a proper way how to live. Similarly, in this, the entire world is a prison. If we do sins, continue to do the sins, we will be in this jail only. We take birth after birth, birth after birth. So if we want to get it out of this prison, means we need salvation, for which we need to remember God. At the end of life, for which we need to practice Mahamantra, remembering entire world, while it is not for one day, 24 hours into our lifetime. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of miseries and poverty because of inquisitive speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendentally attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to do reciprocate, and therefore he is called Antaratma. Atmarama, self-satisfied. Self-satisfied as he is the master of all monists to seek the merge into the existence of the Lord. Such monists merge with the personality effulgence of the Lord called the Brahmajyoti. But the devotees enter into the transcendental posture of Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material. When we get the salvation, we will never merge with Paramatma's Atma. There also, like how we are here, we are different individuals. When we get the salvation, moksha also, in Goloka, Vrindavana or Vaikuntha, we stay there individuals only with a different body, same body will get. 4 hands body will get, but only thing is, all the power what he is possessing, we don't get that power, we will get limited power for doing his service. There also will be doing his service, and we will never get life after life. That is the end of this thing, we will be doing there only the service. Like that we will be continuing. And whereas here, some people who, to fulfill their desires, they come here and do this one, they don't get salvation. And Krishna will not show the same mercy. Again, it's not pakshapata, discrimination, that is not there. He is meeting the needs of the person what according to their desires. A person who is desiring a salvation, he will be surrendering accordingly. A person who wants to fulfill some part of his desires of material, like that, God will be giving according to their requirement. It is how we have to deal with, have our relation with Krishna, like that. So just we shall chant Hare Krishna mantra 5 times, because already time is more now. We shall only chant 5 times, but I advise you people, pray to you people to chant as many times as possible. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed to chant on chanting beat, like Prabhu is having 108 times into 64 rounds. But we may not have that much time presently, so do as many times. While working also you can do, while driving your bike or this thing, in the mind you remember Krishna, do your activities. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell the Mahamantra loudly, please. Please tell the Mahamantra loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. जय श्री राधा गोपनाथ की, जय श्री जयनाबदा सोमाय की, जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, जय श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, जय श्री पंचतत्वा की, जय श्री मध्व ग्रंथ की, जय श्री हर्षमावंत की, जय श्री प्रपाद की. हरे कृष्णा. This is recorded on YouTube.